entitled Yikes, I'm an Insurer. Please welcome Toastmaster Fatima.
Good evening, Master of Ceremony, honored Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good evening. Good evening.
My name is Fatima Al Attar, and yikes, I'm an insurer. But I'm not going to go into the insurer part just yet. I want to first tell you about how I started. It was 2005. I had just graduated from high school. No goal in my life whatsoever. I didn't know what to do next. Everybody was going to university, making future plans, getting a job. I had no clue what I would be doing. So I sat and thought about the, hobbies, abilities that I've had, and I came up with two possible conclusions. The first was, I was really good at sleeping. However, sadly enough, I couldn't get paid from that. And the second was, I liked reading books, which also didn't allow me to get paid. So I thought, and I thought, and I thought, and I came up with the conclusion, why not work? 2 weeks after, I started working, but not as an insurer, no. I started a more fun, liberating job. It introduced me to the work world. I started work in a call center. And I kid you not, it was the call center for Jasmine's. It was the best time I've had in my life. Taking people's orders, whether they wanted to have a Big J or a spicy chicken. It was, really fun to see, to do, to hear, to interact with customers. However, 2 years into my job, I began to wonder if there was anything more than the Big J and spicy chicken waiting for me. What was going to happen next? Fortunately for me, and I always believe in destiny, the university opened right next to where I worked. And I was convinced that's the university I needed to attend. So I got up, I went to the university, and I pulled out a registration form. Apart from sleeping and reading, the next best thing that I did was math. And my math scores were always high. So I figured, okay, I need to do something math related. I pulled up the form for banking and finance. I pulled up the form for accounting and finance to decide. Now, by then, most of my friends were either studying or working. The ones that were working always complaining to me about one thing. They hated auditors. So I really feared filling up that form. No auditors were hurt in the making of the speech. So I was really, really fearful in filling this form. So I decided to go with banking and finance. As I started banking and finance, everything seemed to be going well. I decided what was the next step. Let's apply to other companies. I applied to all banks trying to convince them to take me. Nobody would take me because I was just a student and I had, experience from a Japanese call center. Then one day I got a call from my current company, AXA Insurance. They said, are you free for an interview? I said, sure. That one interview didn't turn out to be just one interview. It turned out to be 5 interviews with 5 different departments because they were really needing staff. And it was at the time where the financial sector was successful. Everything was blooming, salaries were great, I could easily go and get a good job with a good pay. So I went, signed the contract. 1 month later, I was an insurer. I didn't know what I was getting into. Oh no. Let me just add one small thing. After my first 3 months with AXA Insurance and finishing my probation period, the financial crisis hit. Just at the right time. They couldn't fire me because I finished my probation period, so they were stuck with me. But at the same time, I was kind of worried if I would still have a job in a few months. So I started reading and reading and reading about the financial crisis. When it was coming to Bahrain, all my university projects were about the financial crisis. My professors thought I was going crazy, I liked this job at the time, and I still do, don't worry. I wanted to keep it. It was good pay, good hours, and I could go to university. So I was sitting, reading about the financial crisis. My boss walks in and he's just like, what are you reading about? The financial crisis. It's like, why? Can I ask you something? I say to him. It's like, what? Are we going to close down anytime soon? He assured me no. 5 years later, Axe is still up and running. Now the part where it becomes yikes. Yikes, I'm an insurer. I didn't know what I was getting into when I first joined, and it has been an interesting journey for me. I've handled life insurance, which is by far the most creepiest insurance of all times. And then I moved to handling property insurance, to marine, and it's changing constantly. But the thing is that insurance is a tough industry. And I realized that when I joined there, my skills weren't enough. So I needed to get an additional degree, which is this insane certificate that comes after studying 8 months, 5 hours every day for the rest of my 8 months of my life. And that's why I'm an insurer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fatima, for that wonderful first icebreaker speech. Break, everyone, 10 minutes.
Can you give up you got a balance with all the members. Did you get a mug? That's what you forgot.
Yes.
Okay, for sure. Because I'm missing. Okay, you got a mug and a bag.
So who paid? Who would pay?
Me too. Okay, yeah. No, I need to give you the how do you feel? Hear this before we go to the I'm just wondering how did they memorize that? You don't really memorize it. Just get the idea and this is for the old order and the new order.
New order nobody has paid, no?
No, just me and
Where? In the new order.
Yeah. I checked this is how much what Neda owes 39. No, you can choose your own topic. But you have to follow this manual, which gives you the idea of how you speak.
Nobody has paid.
Nope, just research the topic and you have to research this. Like,
Paid.
yeah.
That money is here. Okay, that's second one. So from this one,
This one, the string page, is her first speech as well. Icebreaker, where you're supposed to talk about yourself.
yeah,
Me, I feel already. I gave you the mini yesterday.
that last time,
Yeah,
no?
there's like a manual that follows.
Para?
Parang unpaid. It's a game topic. As long as it's not religious, yes,
Also
politics.
with me, right?
Yes, exactly. Avoid arguments. You only argue when
Now, this is today, you know? This is already with me. Okay?
Remember, right?
This is already with me.
Oh.
This is already with me. Nothing also? This year. So this is already with me. Lunch last time?
Yes.
You paid? So 1, 2, 3, 4 with me.
Yes.
And plus
I
mine.
gotta go give this
Should
so
be.
here's yours.
So rest will never collect. And this is collected, huh?
So this is for you.
So we have another one, no?
This is mine.
Hello.
And now,
Come here, Cynthia. Why did you do the speech today?
lady engineer. I had a prettier font for you, but they messed it up when they didn't. Okay. Money goes to Anga. Yes. Mom, you still have badge here. You got it?
You're marking?
Is this long because of all the certificates and everything? Is this for I know. I didn't know.